Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWitt.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
Steve Butala here for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. In this 8-part series, Jill and I talk about what to do when sellers begin to start calling you back based on the offers that you sent them in the mail to buy their property. This is episode 7 of 8, and it's called The Seller Called Back on My Offer, and they want to close sooner.
Yay!
They want to close sooner, even sooner than you were proposing. And what we say is give them about a week. So that's pretty motivated. Jill, great show, great topic today. Before we start, let's take a question from a caller.
Okay. Jackie from North Dakota called in and asked, does your program work for farmland?
The straight answer is, Jackie, not as well as for other real estate property types, and here's why. Farmland is a commodity generally, so you can ask anybody. Let's say I'm going to use Ohio for an example. Anybody in Central Ohio, what an acre of farmland is going for right now, and they're going to tell you pretty directly with clear examples of people they know who have just sold or bought acres of farmland. They'll say, hey, it's worth $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, and even one example they may give of somebody's brother-in-law that sold for 10 or really low or really high. So the reason that our methodology about buying property so inexpensively works so well is because there's an element of triggering, that there's something that's triggering a seller to sell their property, and we're coming in as a method of convenience for them and closing on the property and cashing them out of that. And they're willing to forego a maximum price for that. Mm-hmm. Farmland, I've noticed that people or farmers that when those same triggers happen, they kind of have a plan in place already. They'll sell it to their brother-in-law, or they might know a broker. It sells very, very quickly and almost always does not go to the open market to be sold. Mm-hmm. So the answer is, Jackie from North Dakota, give it a shot, but your return, it will work, but your returns the percentages will be much, much lower. So,
or is it safe to say too, if you're lucky enough to get something like that, it's pay attention to it. You know, if someone's calling you back on something and they say it's farmland, you should perk something that might be worth it. You know, so okay.
I mean, the way to buy farmland, if you really want to do that, is to get in there, get yourself in. There's a lot of regular people who have nothing to do with farming buy farmland and lease it. And they typically buy it for market value at the time, as they should, I think.
Right.
You know, you calculate the return on investment. You maybe line it up against a trailer park, line it up against an apartment building, or maybe what we do with the vacant land.
Right.
And you see what the return is, and it's either acceptable to you or it's not, and the risk, and you buy it. I think that pretty clearly answers the question.
I think so.
So, back to the topic here.
Okay.
The seller called. They called back on the offer. Mm-hmm. They want to close sooner than you're proposing. Joe, you're on the front lines of this all the time. What do you do? How's this different, and what do you do?
It's awesome. I love it. That's what we're here for. You know, this is it. My first question is why? What is it that they want to close so quickly? What's their cash crunch that you hit them at the right time, really at the right time? They're like, oh my gosh, yeah, the answer is yes. Where can we meet? You know, kind of thing. So I try to find out what it is, and maybe you can negotiate a better deal because they are in such a hurry. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's true. You know, I have a great example. It wasn't the end of last year, it was the year before, but we had do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The end of the year tax guy with this great property. So I had a guy call me back on a mailer for a 5-acre property somewhere. And we were negotiating the price for that. And it was in December. It was between Christmas and New Year's last year. And I did my usual, one of the things I ask, and do you have anything else? And he's like, as a matter of fact, I do. I have this lot. It's in this subdivision. And
I remember this deal, yeah.
In the middle.
We cleaned up on that.
Oh my goodness. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, into all kinds of properties. He thought this was not what I'd be looking for.
We made like 25 or 30,000 bucks on that.
It was fantastic.
Really fast.
And he was a realtor. He needed to get it off his balance sheet, or you want to call it. He needed to get off his plate by the end of the year because he was trying to qualify for
a VA loan.
That's it. He bought this lot. I want to say but once upon a time, it was $49,000. I remember looking it up. Now, I don't remember if that's exactly what he paid or what, or who paid that. He had it listed for $25,000 and no bites. And it was a gorgeous, like paved subdivision, great area.
An infill lot with two houses on either side.
It was.
A house on either side of it.
And it was in California. It was kind of
utilities right to the lot line. It was ready to have a house be built on it. Really nice house.
Exactly. So I got it. I negotiated. Can I?
Yeah.
All right.
Heck yes.
I bought it for $1,900. I negotiated in with the deal with the other property. He just needed to get off his thing. He was kind of done with it.
He wasn't unhappy about it.
He was not unhappy about it.
He was excited.
He was so excited. Oh, and we had to do this really, really quick. So like that was part of the deal. He's like, okay, the answer is yes. Can you overnight it tomorrow? I'll have it signed and we're done and out. And
That's a great example of this topic, Jill.
Thank you.
I forgot about that deal entirely.
So it was great. So that's one of my advice is find out why and what's going on, and make it happen. Still do your due diligence. You don't want to just kind of blindly go, okay, you want to still do your homework. That doesn't take a lot of time. Look it up, make sure it's what you want, and man, make it happen. That's why we're here. You really can't do it this fast.
In our offer, I think we give them. We say the offer's valid for. I usually say by the end of the month. So if the offer goes out, it's 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that's a pretty darn fast close for anything. Any real estate transaction. So
right.
If somebody's saying we want to do it faster than that, the first thing I think is, all right, wait a second. Do you really own it? Am I talking to the right person? Just, basic regular stuff.
True.
It's all the stuff we check out anyway. I just want to check it out,
Right.
And then the other thing is that the seller's really opening a door for you to negotiate the deal even further down than what you're sending the offer for, because they want to close it faster. So, and that almost always happens when they do that. So to summarize it, I guess, if a seller wants to sell property and close faster, there's a reason, like Jill said. It's usually a money reason.
Yeah. And
just it should throw up your radar a little bit higher. Check everything twice instead of once. Shouldn't take any longer than it does anyway. But make sure you do want to do the deal, negotiate a little bit better price, and then help the seller get what they want. Close faster. Then
it's awesome. I love these. I don't want to drag it out.
No.
I mean,
exactly.
that's the whole thing. We don't need to talk about it. We don't want to drag it out. I love the transactions. We talk about that all the time. The best transactions, it was one of our calls last week with our Land Academy members was, how to spot a serious buyer. And one of the things is there's less talking.
Less talking is always better, almost in everything in life, in my opinion. Right. Some people know, but
give us an example, Steve, as you open that door.
Give us an example of when less talking is always better.
No, when it's more. What did you say?
I said less talking is almost
that's
always
true.
better.
And you said sometimes no.
But I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm trying to think very quickly of an example of when more talking is better.
I would like to know.
When more talking is better, like when it's when you're really trying to learn something technical, and you're talking to somebody really probably. We have members like this. You're really engrossed in what you're doing. You're trying to learn from somebody who's done a bunch of deals. You do almost 16,000 deals. So it might be. It's painful, but you learn more. I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
I was waiting for that. I'm like, there's something coming. Like, where is he going to go?
Know.
You know what? You should have a lot of questions, and you should do it at your local REI event, not here. Just kidding. I'm just joking.
No, there's a lot of talk. You're just hanging out with your friends and talking about, I don't know, something. You know what? When you're really interested in something like a hobby type thing, and you're hanging out with like-kind people like you, and you're just
okay,
talking everybody's ear off, and everybody else is talking your ear off.
How about that wannabe actor the other night? He seemed to have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
Was that a good scenario? He really
I
did.
think that was not acting questions. I mean, I'm not an actor at all. He just had a lot of questions. Like, I think we were older and we're kind of successful, and I think he had questions like that.
I think that
That's
was
all.
good. Yeah, because we
We
were
were
clearly,
really
we're not 23. He's 23, that guy.
And we were just really complimentary of him. He's a good kid.
He was. Yeah, he is. So
I'm
yeah.
always happy to help enthusiastic people, always. There's Jill and I teach a class at NAU. We're a substitute teachers for an entrepreneurial class at Northern Arizona University, the campus that's in Phoenix.
Okay.
And we've had great classes and we've had not so great classes. I mean, classes of people. And sometimes the kids are just falling asleep. They have no interest. They don't want to be there. Then it's just painful. Even saying hello is painful.
It is. It's funny. You're right. You're right.
Hey, join us on another episode where Jill and I discuss your all-important success in property investment and in life. It's not bad for take two, huh?
Yeah, that was okay.
I turned it on this time.
I thank you for doing that. I appreciate you recording this one.
I haven't done that in a lot of years. It's probably about a year. Like,
Do you know-
forget to hit the record button.
I have a reason why. Because I think in our normal setup, you're not having to do it because you have people do it. Here we're working remote and you're not producing them.
And I'm on camera and it's strange.
Exactly. We have a few different variables going on here right now that we don't normally do. So that might be why.
Hey, if you're a regular listener on the podcast, and this podcast is doing extremely well from a listenership. Check us out on Periscope. Jill and I began to record, not record, I keep saying record, to film and broadcast live through Periscope, which is a division or a sister company to Twitter. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can check out us live filming the episodes long before they actually hit
iTunes.
the actual podcast schedule. Right. These will air days from now, if not weeks or months, depending on where we are in the schedule. So that's my PSA. Not the regular after talk, is it, Jill? Usually we swear and stuff. Not swear.
Exactly. Let's give me something
silly.
You have anything silly to share and funny and?
No, honestly, I couldn't be happier with where we are right now. This is it's going to sound sad and sad to you, but we're sort of on vacation, but we're working, and those are my favorite types of vacations where you can sort of work, but sort of play and have some fun, and the weather's good and the whole thing.
We have this deal that as we're wrapping up our day, we kind of have set a timer, and it's like, you better be out on the sidewalk on your bike by X time, and it's like that's it.
We're in Redondo Beach, California.
Right.
So if you're super bored, look it up, and it's just a wonderful little tiny beach community with everybody's on a bike having fun.
Exactly.
Including us. In the middle of the week.
Right.
Why? Because we sold a ton of property over the years, collecting all the payments and kicking back, man.
Good point. That's why we can do this.
On that note, I don't know if there's a better note. Let's go buy some property.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.